Yeah.
Oh, we are back, and we are fewer than usual. We are joined by three of our wonderful players tonight to see what chaos they could possibly raise. Join us for the shenanigans.
There's no chaos here. We're hero.
Big for yourself. What's the blood of that?
I think that term could loosely apply. Loosely? Yeah. But last we left off, the players were still on the border of Moinlands. Particularly, they had gotten to the area Olaf in the Burning Woods. As they approached and as they scouted the area, they found that the town itself was inhabited now only by women and children. Upon some conversation, they found that the corpses of the men who fought against the invading forces had come back to life and began to head northward, which players currently heading in said direction. Players, you had found this out towards the end of the night, so we're going to start off at the end of the evening. You have just finished, you were helping put out some fires. I believe you were chastising some individuals who were doing pointless work, knowing that it was ineffective, and you were judging them hard. What would you like to do at the start of the evening?
I believe that we were already set on watch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe it would be Levin taking the last watch, more than likely Sarah's second watch.
There takes 2 shifts.
Yeah, Gearfree took first, Saris was taken first and second, and Levin was on third.
All right, I appreciate it.
But who's on 4th?
Third base.
Hoot.
Alrighty. So at the start of the watch, and now are you still at the village? Just give me that reminder, or the town, or did you go back to the boat where the elf is?
We went back to the boat.
All right. Start of the watch, you have Saris and Gearfried. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Nice. Alrighty.
Oh, right. There we go. Second gear feed.
I'm gonna have Flash of Genius to make mine a 20 week. That's some passive aggressive features, my friend.
Alright, so I'm putting you guys back up to full inspiration. But I'm just gonna reward the pettiness. Let's just steer into it. At the start of your watch, nothing specifically stands out. At first, though you are on guard, the feeling of being watched begins to encroach against you, and even in the darkness, you can almost feel where those faces are that you had seen the previous day. There's no advancement, and the light show of the various living spells clashing together have subsided. But due to the proximity between where you are and the glowing azimuths, you do feel just the chill of fear that's overwhelming. Whether or not it causes you to be scared or paranoid, we leave that choice up to you. But fact is, you do feel the power that is emanating from Mournment. What would you guys like to do at the start of the watch? Started from the beginning of the watch.
There's, she is going to be cautious and keep an eye on her surroundings. She suspects something is amiss.
Gearfried would likely be doing the same thing, and I think since after last night when the sentient fart tried attacking us, Gearfried will be doing it with his armor active. So he's already just like, we've already gotten jumped twice now. I'm just going to constantly be prepared if it's nighttime and I'm out watching.
Preparedness is always a good thing. Nothing particularly stands out of the first couple of hours of your watch. But towards the end, you begin to hear a rustling coming from just within the wooded area next to where the boat had made it back.
There's, you hear that?
We're sure it's nothing. Maybe you should go check it out. I'll stay here. Listen to your screams.
I'm not opposed to looking, but Gearfried's going to consider the spells that he has currently prepared. Okay. Can I do that on myself? Yes, I can. Gearfried is going to he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Right?
Burn a first level spell slot. Cast Sanctuary. Gearfried's going to take a deep breath and just be like, all right, I'll check it out. He's going to give a small whistle, and Speckfried's going to pop onto his shoulder, and he's going to slowly move into the wooded area.
All right. As you do, you are going to see, as you push back some of the bushes, terrified 10-year-old boy. And what would you like to do?
Terrified 10-year-old. What? Does he look like he's been in a town that's on fire recently?
He does. With your perception, you would notice that he does look like he has smolder on his face. And seeing you armed and with a multi-headed dragon, I'm assuming on your shoulder like a parrot. You could imagine the child might be a little bit scared.
And Gearfried's going to hold his arm or his hands up in a not a surrendering fashion, but just like, hey, like I didn't have any. I have my gauntlets. That's what my primary weapon is. So I'm like hands open palms, just like, oi, no need to piss yourself. You from the village up there?
Yeah, I'm not gonna piss myself. Jerk.
What are you doing so far away from the village?
I was just coming to find some food. I had to do some hunting. Somebody's got to feed the people.
I cannot see any in this.
Look, kid, you're a little far away from where you should be. Aren't you? We have a camp set up over here. How about you step in for a moment? We have some extra food, some rations we can let you have. It's not gonna feed your village, but it'll at least keep some food in your belly.
No, if my village can't eat, I won't eat either. And he's going to back up and start to make his way away.
Gearfried is going to I'm not gonna fight with him if he wants to do this. Gearfried's just going to be like, Right. Just watch yourself, kid. There are some creepy things in these woods. And Gearfried's going to slowly back out towards the forest again, or towards the clearing again.
Varys, you would see him approach the clearing once more.
All right. What's the expression on his face?
Gearfried is probably not super concerned. Like, he doesn't look worried or anything. Looks more relieved. I'd reckon. Just like, okay, that was like not violent. Gearfried's just kind of cool with that. So he's just like, okay, like just that kind of release.
Steve looked out. I didn't even get any screams.
Nothing.
The cat, like a little hair, some sort of
No, believe it or not, it was a woman, almost as tall as Zarya, a little bit more muscular. She said she was looking for another woman to take as her lover, but I told her that there was no such person here and sent her on her way.
Oh. That. Look at easy. I mean, you're not wrong. So, look very clear here.
Gearfried walks past her and goes to sit back where he was keeping watch and kind of laughing to himself.
Good call. Good.
Yeah.
And
Actually, look at those muscles on her. She made Zarya like a halfling. Like,
you don't? Nice anything, baby.
instead,
They have a spine ring. I'm not really. It's all like I it. So yeah. Good back. Send them on the way. Let them get distracted at all. Right? We're so past did they look where they walk past?
oh, the cows are huge. You could probably cover at least 3 normal steps in one.
Oh. Okay. Good. Means they're gone on faster. So my blast. All right. Yes, the physician's gonna sit down. Look sort of discontent.
is there anything else you guys would like to feature in your watch?
Nope.
Wait. The rest of the watch will go uneventfully.
Gearfried stands up.
You're ready.
Wake 11 towards the end of your wait, am I waking 11 now, or is 11 waking up after she's stuffed up?
It's okay either way.
You want me to wake 11 now, or do you want to wake him when you end your watch?
I can wake him when my watch ends.
All right.
And Gearfried stands up, stretches, yawns, and puts on the cap that he wears when he doesn't want his hair to be all out and on fire. I'm going to bed. And Gearfried will walk over towards the ship where the Carpe Diem is, and he will just jump into the back seat and start snoozing.
Sarah will watch him for a moment and then look in the direction of the quote unquote woman who left. And then just sit there.
Gearfried falls asleep with a smile on his face.
All right. As you go to sleep, you will find that you are joined by Maylee.
No.
Maylee's joining Gearfried?
No. Cyrus, she finished her minute.
Oh no. Like
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. The statement could be separated into 2 different paths.
Sorry.
You didn't say no. I didn't say that direction with her, but
I see where you guys are going with that, but no. She joined Cyrus.
I was waiting for clarification.
I left it ambiguous unintentionally, but sure. I started it. Okay. Unintentionally ambiguous. But With that, sirs, you will be joined by Melee during this watch. Go ahead and roll your initiative. Not initiative. Excuse me. Perception. But even same letter. Not bad.
It happens.
It's a jumble of sounds.
It's a word.
Yep.
Now, ready? You hear that it's in the dead of night. It gets eerily silent. Not suspicious, just quieter than you've heard it in these past several days.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
I was, so it like silent as in like animals are going still or sound all sound stuff.
Animals going still, not
Okay.
as in like silence magic, like the spell. Like you'll still hear like the babbling brook and the sounds of nature. It's just quiet. You know what I mean? And you'll kind of just see maybe staring pensively in the fire. Do you guys have a fire? Or are you maintaining silence?
Yeah, she would have maintained a fire. Yeah. So they don't have mine.
A little bit. Been getting some good flashes lately.
Such as
Tall green, purple grass, dark blue mist, roaming around for what seems like eons, but nay a day passes.
the anything about what she describes sound familiar, Sarah?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Definitely.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Sarah looks at her blankly. Oh,
No,
nothing.
not blankly. A flick of a fairy tale comes to mind, and that type of setting, you would normally picture fairies dancing around and things of that nature.
Right? Well, nothing really solid comes to mind. So hopefully, yeah. Doesn't seem just. I mean, stuff get me more alarmed now.
I'm a
Hopefully, when we're into a proper city, maybe we can do some research and see if there's anything that's ever existed like that.
sure.
Sure, but anything else?
Give me a persuasion check.
Here we go. 27?
You were going to see that she kind of bites at her lip again, and she turns and showing where her dragon mark is, you're going to see where it was once a brand. At this point, it looks as if it has finally manifested into a full dragon mark.
Does it look like any dragon mark I know of?
No. And in fact, one of the biggest things that you kind of notice is that within the intricacy of it, there are two skulls kind of woven within on either side of the markings. It's something that you'd have to notice. You'd actually have to really look at to notice.
Was that set any different? Does it that tall?
I know, but I do feel stronger.
Imagine so. I don't. My dragon on it manifests the way yours have. So clearly, it got a little something I got going on. May. Well, you know the drill. Don't really advertise this. Might discuss it with the group in the morning.
Do you think this is why I'm being targeted?
Perhaps.
Who do you think it would be after me?
I would like to know more about your dragon mom. No. That. Though unknown dragon mom be a lot of those. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll have Lemon and Jeffrey take a look at that as well in the morning. Just, maybe get more insight. Forearmed is forewarned, as they say.
You think that's best?
It probably better that they know. Get the long term. As much as I am opposed to disclose information to anyone, our companions have proven start, get mutual defense of each other. They're as much an orderly group as anyone else at this point. And like I said, the more information we have, the better we can prepare for it. The longer we go without knowing, the more likely we're going to get surprised by something we're not expecting. And I think we can both agree, getting surprised.
Read.
All right. Well, can't do anything about it now. Actually, pull out a little hard packer, dip it in some water, gnaw on that for a little bit. There's no mold on this. I miss Sean.
You know, I like it out here. Why?
I suppose reach them out. I miss having walls around.
I never remember having walls. Never needed them.
Strange. Cyrus is genuinely confused by that. Definitely different upbringing. But I suppose kudos.
Just wish I could remember all. And she's just gonna look puzzled and just, kind of go back to staring at the fire.
Cyrus will ruminate on that a little. And then, kind of consider what needs to be done in the morning. Discussing the rest of the group.
Yep. Is there anything else you'd like to do over the course of this shift? Or this watch? Besides contemplate?
No, Sarah's just kind of had a lot. And also, there's still that weird. Is that feeling of being watched still out there?
It has subsided.
But the silence is now here.
Yes.
Sarah,
Coincidence does not mean causality, but with that, the end of the shift would approach. Then you would be free to wake up Lemon. Sarah, Maylee will remain at the fire.
They're gonna try and sneak up on one of them.
And he's actually asleep. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Give a stealth check. Nice. Yo, you chose to sleep. Nice.
Yeah, that's been a majority of Levin's downtime. He
Let's
doesn't
be frank. It one of the few times she knows she's gonna get to get this particular little perk. Can sneak it up on Levi's. And probably still doesn't fly out.
SS 21, sleepy puts at disadvantage, so pass S16. Yeah, you fail it.
There's just that slightest kind of creak or crushing of a wing.
Honestly, I think for Sarah, it's just disturb the grass.
Levin's not gonna react. He's just gonna wait.
She Sarah is stupid. She's gonna get with the dick. She's just gonna poke Levin from about 2 feet away.
You're gonna hear a sigh. Yes, sirs.
This is time you want. Yes, no. I mean, for the short, then have
Okay. The events later.
it really quiet and dirty. The woman of my dreams almost came to them, but Geoffrey sent her away.
Baby, I'm just waking up. If it's also.
Yeah, he told me that he saw a woman taller and more muscular than
While Sarah's saying this, Levin is getting up and walking over toward Gearfried.
she's following with him just to watch what happened. But she was basically explaining everything that Geoffrey told her. And then, but she seemed a little wistful about it. And how that's not that I guess,
But
but I
gets in detail. And then he's gonna take Gearfried's shoulder.
yeah.
I'm up. Don't worry, this is a brief. You spot someone?
Stairs walking over.
Yeah, I saw a child from the.
Wait, what?
Oh right, stairs were even now. Yeah, I saw a child. I think from the village north. That's what he seemed to suggest. Said he was hunting. How old was he again? Like 10? Kids, right?
Yep, he was 10 years old.
Not even a teenager. Human wit. Like he, human. He appeared to be from the village. Had some.
Did he carry a light?
Did he carry a light with him, DM?
He did not.
Circling.
Yeah. Did he have weapons?
Did he have anything on him?
He did not.
Not that I saw, but I was really looking for.
Okay, this is going to be the only time Levin does this. He's gonna smack you upside the head.
No.
I thought it was just some blindsided this weak child without weapons thing he's hunting in the dark.
Well, he seemed staying in the woods. I think
That's tough. Which direction?
Gearfried will point towards the area that he saw him in.
Thank you.
we're gonna die, aren't we?
Levin's gonna cast Pass Without Trace to catch as many people as possible.
Wait,
And he's gonna go towards that.
before you do, Gearfried's going to.
Keep your rest.
Gearfried's going to not cast Sanctuary. Going to lean back in the car, and then really like he's going to go to sleep, but he's also going to tap his shoulder and turn his armor on.
There's in a fall 11.
Yeah, because at this point, now Levitt is going in that direction. He's looking for tracks.
Alrighty. I'm assuming you're bringing a light source with you.
You don't need to see.
Okay.
I'm specifically not using light. I am taking my time to look for tracks.
Okay. As you approach, go ahead and give me a survival check or an investigation check.
Oh, I'm not looking for clues or anything. I'm looking for the presence of tracks. Would I be able to use perception for this?
I will allow it. Yes.
30.
Well, you are able to start finding tracks, and they do track. It does look like it is a child's footstep. As you begin to follow after, you notice that eventually the tracks change and shift to a more canine tread. Oh,
Levitt's going to start looking around at any surrounding vegetation like trees and such. He's going to look for like claw marks, rubbings. Yeah.
you will find that there are some traces evident at first. Once you follow them, you'll reach a clearing, and then it will begin to be more difficult to trace.
At the edge of the clearing, Levin's going to stop. And about how far away from camp did he travel before reaching this?
Well, both you and Ceres, unless Ceres would have gone back, left Gearfried getting ready to rest. So how far would you have traveled?
To the clearing is what was described, so...
Where you see it.
I'm going to say you're about mile and a half away.
Wait, it's definitely outside of screaming distance. Well, Gearfried heard or saw the kid and then went to approach him.
Well,
So,
no, hold on. Because you guys were kind of tracing tracks. So yes, unless you stayed at camp, there would have been that trace. And half a mile away was when they would have shifted from human to animal.
Ceres and Levin went further than Gearfried.
Okay.
Unless, Ceres, your character would have stayed back. If that's the case, then we can always redact that.
Yay.
Regardless of Ceres' decision, Levin at the clearing would have been satisfied with the information and started making his way back.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Zero's probably stuck with 11.
As you make it back, Gearfried, hearing this suspicion from, or this reaction, seeing this reaction from Levitt, would you have remained awake or would you have gone back to sleep?
I think Gearfried would have at first, like, I said he turned on his armor, so he would have, like, gone in like he was going to go to sleep, and then probably been a little bit restless because Gearfried hates fucking up. Kind of drilled into him from Galahad to look at your mistakes with shame. So Gearfried is going to kind of kick himself for missing that, and then he's going to get up and armor on, helmet activated. Gearfried is going to bring Speckfried out with him and give the order to fly around and to just alert if he sees anything that doesn't look like Ceres or Levin.
Yeah, Eddie.
And also, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Yep. After about 10, 15, 20 minutes, you would be seeing Levin and Ceres re-enter the camp.
Ceres you'd see first, even though she's behind me.
And you guys are officially regrouped.
I go check on Haley.
She is on alert, her weapon kind of at the ready, but is still bearing a pensive expression.
Okay.
All right. So, shifter of some sort, or perhaps a Therian folk.
Well, just a well?
That's a Therian folk, not specifically like advocate.
Hey, I do that.
And Serene had written.
Hell, leave that. People are little behind.
You know why they exterminated Therian folks, right?
Because they're all colony people.
They spread their condition to others, and it activates during a full moon, causing them to involuntarily change. The animals we have.
Well,
It was a bit of a plague.
that's problematic. She looks up at the sky. Like, okay. Indeed, okay. Love that for her.
And on top of that, I need to confer with Gifrid.
Yuri pops up from the side of the ship. Yeah, right here.
I just need to confirm. Did you tell that child of yours where the others were?
I didn't tell him where the others were per se. I asked him who was from the town up north. So he probably has an idea. But I would figure he would probably already know that, considering it was on fire.
You potentially have another situation. Because if that child is a werewolf, as I suspect, if he's not in control of himself, he's more than likely going to go after others. And they're not far.
I'll start the loser. Yefri's going to head back into the ship and turn the Carpe Diem on.
Okay. Well, this is great. I love everything about this. Well, Evelyn Geoffried.
Thank you, sir. I don't need to repeat myself.
Yefrid pulls him.
Summed it perfectly.
Wolf it up with the bruiser.
Eris, going to look, match the expression on Levin's face when Geoffried pulled up. She trying to mimic his body posture. What I suspect is just a pointed dad pose and faith.
Nope, just flat expression. And 1,000-yard stare.
He's trying to mimic that as Geoffried pulls up.
All right, hop in. Let's go.
You don't want me to try?
Say, how you guys going anyway? You're going to hear the elf kind of calling out as he looks at your sleeping friends.
We have a lot of elves in the group. Call him Captain.
Sure, Captain.
That's it.
We're gonna go kill a werewolf.
Oh,
Werewolf, you mad? We've had no werewolves around here.
they'd like it that way, would you think?
I observed a series of tracks transitioning from a humanoid to that of a canine.
Couldn't that also have been done by, polymorph?
Shifter? Possible, but we're in frame.
Also, if you go from humanoid to canine, you're just sort of asking for the interpretation at that point.
Which is fair. You do you. I guess I'll keep watch over them. Am I looking over that one too? And he's going to point to Melee.
If you're going to be waking any of them up, I would suggest a long stick for the stone giant.
I'm not trying to wake anyone up. Them up. If I have to, if you're not here and we're in trouble, we're moving upstream. Just follow the river north.
That is also an option. Are we being heroes? And Levin is looking at Yuzo.
There.
Well, I figure if we stop a werewolf plague from spreading, that's ultimately just going to benefit us in the long run. So we want us to be hunted by a pack of werewolves.
Really? So how would they follow us up here?
All those vampires that can't cross rivers, right?
No, you're thinking too much like a serial killer. Think animal. Think easy access, scavenging, things like that. Why would they bother?
I mean, it is possible they could just completely ignore us, but there is also the distinct possibility that we do this up now with
Like chumps.
True. Though I do feel just like I do feel slightly bad that I may have just given the location of the village we just saved to what could be a werewolf.
It was, although that scent of smoldering and burning wood possibly throw them off.
Or smoldering and burning heat, which could turn them on.
Either way, I feel the same way I felt about saving the town in the first place. We can do it. I mean, if anything, it just costs us a little bit of time, maybe a few hours. Or we could ignore it, in which case we are potentially dooming people to a pretty fully written fate, but ultimately not the worst thing in the world. It's not like they're dying.
You're assuming they're going to let the people they infect live.
That's
not
ultimately true. I am assuming that.
Unless you're hunting for food, you might be containing people being eaten alive by a sterile like that.
And my follow-up question. Is anyone present able to detect the presence of such creatures?
Yeah.
Hey DM.
Yes.
Remember that thing that has the locate creature thing that we said was modified, but we never really Oh, your finder's goggles.
Yep.
Yeah, I have like a shittier version of them. I can't remember from like me what the reason they were shittier was. Like they only had a limited number of uses or something. But
Yep.
you have finder's goggles.
Yes, you can utilize them.
Okay, well, we were back in Sharn. Is it Sharn City?
Yes.
Yeah, when we were back in Sharn, the artificer that was picking up Ramos's package for, I managed to purchase these off of him, and finder's goggles. They can locate a creature within 1,000 feet.
So you're saying you want to save the village?
I'm saying we have the ability to locate the child/werewolf. He's near enough.
And if we find him,
If we find him, I mean, the rational option would be to somehow incapacitate him so he can no longer spread his graffiti. But
Assuming he is one. I did claim Shifter first.
true. But also, he wasn't carrying any source of light, nor was he carrying any weapons.
Shifters don't need light.
Also, keep in mind that was 2 shifts ago. So he...
Yeah, that was a while ago. After the time to get away.
So ultimately, you could try to...
It's why you snag your fridge.
But actually locating this individual, unless they want... Like, with all seriousness, if it was a werewolf, the villager would already be attacked. Like, he would have already been hearing the screaming.
yeah. Are we that close?
To the village, I think you guys were relatively close. That's why you were able to...
Yeah, we instructed them to head south once they collected themselves, but then they wouldn't be moving at night.
That's right.
Because yeah, utilizing fly out, you're within 10 minutes. So if there was, I feel like in the dead of night, if there was screaming, as quiet as it was, you'd have heard it.
Less better. Well, I mean, we can go check in on our investment, or we could take hands, do the fine. You're not fine. I don't need you for that.
Gifford, the details of your device there. What do you need to use it?
I'm glad you asked. If I look at the item, which I have already attuned to, a card from Dragon Shards wearing lunges. When I make a Wisdom Insight check, roll d4s. I can use an action to identify the or less creature. Use an object to identify the last creature that touched it. Make a Wisdom Insight check. I don't need components by the looks of it, but it does, and I can also cast Locate Creature, which just requires the creature be within 1,000 feet. So it doesn't require much of the way of components, but I do need to be within 1,000 feet for the spell to actually work.
How long does the activation work?
That would be a grand total of duration of a creature. Yes. Let me check the other spell list here. Okay, duration 1 hour.
Fine. Gifford, I will take you over to where I saw the tracks. You can probably cast that targeting a bit of wood or something. And we'll do a sweep.
Alright, that's it. And Gearfried will fall, or Sarah, drive towards the area that Levin points out. Gearfried's going to fix up concrete as he's, or reorient Spectre into concrete.
There.
I at least want to. Yes, Sarah.
Sarah drives speedily.
Yeah, so
Might be misaligned on some of those configurations.
I think to reconfigure or just to change what how Muggus looks like, I'm just casting mending on it.
I know, it's just the thought's funny to me.
Yeah. So, how long does it take us to get there, DM?
You get to the clearing, it takes you about, with the Carpe Diem, about 10 minutes. It is rough terrain, so you do feel the bobbing as you're scraping over some fallen trees and stuff like that in your humming vehicle.
Oh no, she's weaving around. She will weave like a mad.
Give me a vehicle check.
Dodge any obstruction.
Regardless of your role, let me just look at say, oh, we could run here faster.
Sarah's let's drive. 15?
You get there in 8 minutes.
These things. But I saved a minute or toss.
Eleven's going to point out towards Gearfried where he noticed the grouping of tracks at the edge of the clearing.
Gearfried will hop off, put the goggles over his head, and take a look at the footprints. And Gearfried is going to cast Locate Creature.
Check for any fallen branches of stones that are in the prints.
And do.
Alrighty.
And with the finder's goggles equipped, it actually goes an object. Make a. Okay, so in addition to casting this spell, I can also do this, where as an action, I can use the goggles to examine an object to identify the aura of the last creature that touched it. Make a Wisdom Insight check against DC of 13 plus the number of days since the last contact occurred. On success, when the creature's type can immediately use the okay, sorry. First I have to do this, then I can cast Locate Creature.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm going to identify the aura of the creature that touched this. Is there like a rock or anything on this footprint? Like something that the foot of this guy obviously touched?
Only the tread mark. There's little pebbles within the ground
Okay.
would be stepped on. So yes.
So I will identify the aura of it. So I have to make a Wisdom check against DC 13 plus another, so DC plus 2. So I have to make a Wisdom check of 13.
Yep.
Okay. Wisdom.
See how you do.
Hey, I'm losing preempted.
If this pig is humanoids,
I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
I'm having a ball here.
Oh, there. Damn it. Our branded strikes.
The goggles sparks. Ow. No wonder these things are shape. It's not working for me right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that a lot.
We tried.
Yeah.
Oh well, who villages?
Yeah. If we go to look around, is there... What else do I have currently that I can use? There's something I can do here.
Gee. See a hat trick.
Defy the odds. Go lower.
Levin, while he's doing that, Levin is going to look around to see if there are any, features in the area, beasts specifically.
Give me a perception check.
Ready. 22.
You would hear and notice rabbits and rodents scurrying about. As for larger animals, you wouldn't really see anything like deer currently out. The sun is just beginning to peek overhead. But yeah, there is signs of life around you.
Right. Levin's going to take time because... 1 second.
Yep.
I'll check the feature here for... Okay. Primal Awareness. And can cast once per long rest without earning a slot. So, he'll cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And he'll call out to any creature that's willing to listen. So just... There it goes. Just pop that in the chat.
What are you doing, Levin?
Interrogation.
Ew.
Okay.
You saw me do this. You saw me do this in road service.
Did I?
You
Yeah, when the first time we went to road.
Oh, must block it out of my memory because it looks weird.
Have you never talked to your pets before, Saris?
Why would I talk to my food?
a rabbit approaches.
Sorry. There was a canine in the area. What did you see tonight?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, the Orient.
You're not.
This was never going to be good.
Okay. Hey, listen. Usually you roll better on persuasion than that. So
No.
Yeah, it's a running gag.
I know because he's been the front man many a times. But with that, you're going to hear a kind of thudding of the paw. Person, not parrot. Shift, wolf,
And stick. Thank you. You can go and hide.
carrot,
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Levin's gonna look through. Does anyone have any actual food on them?
There's only not a crust though.
Service.
it's gonna run. It's gonna run away.
And now he doesn't want payment.
Get up now.
Sir, it's not an easy on the violence. Levin, in Gearfried's going to cast guidance. Try asking something a little bit less skittish.
Just about this.
I don't really just shoot. What first? Fine, I'll try to make another shield. This one running, I don't think anything else is coming. And with that, he'll try to see if he can coax something else to come forward. But yeah, Rabbit ran.
Rabbit ran.
And this is done after 10 minutes, so it's. With that. Well, that was the second attempt. We failed. So, the rabbit confirms to make part of the decisions. Person, chef. But they're not great with vocabulary. So it doesn't narrow anything down.
Hey, DM.
Yep.
Here. Has there been like any notable? Yeah, I guess I should say. Gearfried's a little paranoid because of the concept of potentially being hunted. So Gearfried would have been like keeping up his guard while out here. Have I noticed anything that's like indicative of someone watching us?
Give me a perception check.
Shem.
No. Everything seems good. You seem like you're in the good. Here.
It doesn't seem like anything else is here. We could either risk it and head over to Olaf and see if there's any more trouble to deal with, or we can just head back.
I vote we prioritize the safety of our group.
Right? Makes sense. Zaris?
Sure. If all that work saving the villagers, now they're dead.
Sims, I know you're being snide, but what's going through your head about that?
Doesn't it? They didn't notice.
Yes, but you're also the type to believe people to their own devices the majority of the time.
Yeah. And I'm disagreeing with that choice now.
Sorry, let me change the statement. Altruism is a bit of a switch.
Then I'm not being trusty, so stop being rude and accusing me of things.
Fine. We can avoid that discussion.
Or the simple slander of it all.
We should probably put it in words.
I don't see how they make the best.
That does change it to libel.
Theme and result?
Only if I publish it.
Would you like to begin heading back?
Yep.
All right. As you make it back to the boat, you are going to see that the captain is already starting to make ready to move forward.
Then what?
It is morning out. Sun is starting to reach overhead, rising over the horizon. Well, I figured you guys were already heading in the general direction. Might as well. They weren't complaining.
Let's set off then.
Cyrus will park Carpe Diem like any car that ever gets parked in a Fast and Furious movie.
Go ahead and give me another vehicle check.
I was imagining more Galaxy Quest when they're just pulling the ship out for the first time and they're just doing that long scrape.
Well, Cyrus is.
So you do it on purpose.
Yes.
I would like to use an inspiration.
You certainly should.
You're afraid we'll give her a flash of genius for week 17.
I'm glad you did because she was about to break something on that vehicle. With the 17, you just narrowly managed to kind of skid into a nice parking lot. But
Does that like stunt person thing where they what is it? Where they park the car between cars on the road by just driving straight at it and then like pulling the emergency brake and it just slides in sideways.
you do end up grinding slightly and you knock off an ornament that the captain had on the boat as you do so.
Well, that's
Serious. Was the
Yeah.
shore necessary?
not well. I mean, yes. It's how you drive.
Again, our only mode of transportation on land.
I'm really good at it, though. You may have noticed.
Levin's gonna go and pick up the ornament and hand it to Gearfried. If you would.
Yeah, and Gifford's going to cast mending.
Alrighty, you are able to mend what has been repaired, what has been broken.
Captain, how much longer until we reach open water?
Once we hit Shadukar, it should be open until Thronehold.
Remind me, how many days?
By tonight, we should be at Shidarku.
Shadukar?
Got it.
Shadukar, yep. Sorry. The NPC knew that. I made the mistake.
That's fine. We could Sudoku later.
There we go.
Captain, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Are you up to date on the most recent goings on in Karnath?
Somewhat. Rumors here and there. Last time I was at Lauren Wrath, was mostly spent the nights in the town. So,
Right. I'm just curious. I'm actually from the area, from the Ashen Spire specifically. Been hearing rumors about undead marching through the place, or not necessarily the Ashen Spires, but is there any news you've heard with regard to that location?
I've heard of dead armies sweeping through Thrain and heading toward Greenland. I haven't really heard anything about undead armies seizing Karnak, though that is their main military supply.
Right. I was just curious. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
Gearfried looks a little bit more relaxed than he has the last couple of days.
Oh, you could tack onto your rumor, Bill, that there was presence of Honathi soldiers over in New Syria.
Well, thank you.
Oh, also, I don't suppose you heard anything about a robbery taking place over in Sharn, have you?
Can't say I have.
Levin's gonna chuckle at that one.
I don't go to shop. I tend to like this area.
Oh, you're missing out.
But you're right. That General Liberty, a robbery in Sharn.
Yeah, there was a big document that was stolen. I thought it would be bigger news. I was curious. And about said, preferring it if it doesn't make big news, that's preferable.
The whole point of that gig was to hide the fact that it went missing.
Are you with me? Hey, am I? Chen,
Sort of huge this.
he's gonna now kind of eye Gearfried suspiciously.
That's all he should.
Not a thief, just an inventor. Gearfried's just gonna hold out his hands.
Captain, he's a tinkering worker collectivist.
The worst thing.
That I was just thinking that.
Don't let him talk to your crew.
It's a good thing I am my crew.
Yes, this man has. Why would I try to educate this man as to the
Unionize an independent businessman.
exactly? It makes no sense. He's an independent businessman. He's making his own dime on his own time. I'm not gonna. He is his union. All the proceeds go to him, as they should. He's the only person working this ship.
Yes, sirs, let's not be ridiculous here.
Okay, sure.
All aboard who's going aboard have this argument aboard. Let's go. You want to keep moving, yes?
I do.
So refreshing to have a goal-oriented person.
I have goals. We just don't align very often.
With that,
Let's get pack his stuff.
the day is going to continue on. You have all day to continue to bicker as you make your way.
Technically, catch up on the sleep he missed.
It's okay. You got plenty of time.
That's gonna take her 4-hour reverie now.
By dusk, you begin, unless there's anything specifically you want to do throughout the day.
Oh, Levin's got a question for Gearfried on that one.
All right. So before we jump ahead, I'm going to pause, and you guys, we're going to say it's midday. Calm day, nice wind pushing you forward. Take it away.
Well, Gearfried, how long have you been traveling with us?
Me? How long has it been?
4 months.
Probably about a little over a month of this. How long were we at the mansion? It's like 3 weeks.
Was a few weeks.
2 months, give or take. Couple of days, couple of weeks.
If I don't mean to being asked towards this, but given the series of events that we've experienced as a group, your lack of skepticism towards observing individuals is troubling.
In fairness, I am from the inside of a mountain and have only recently gone out to see the greater world. My worldly experience prior to meeting you all was mostly being on a train. Not really a whole lot you gotta watch out for other than pickpockets.
But then to put this into context, if someone was trying to sell you parts from Iraq, what level of scrutiny would you give to it?
I would look at it as carefully as I could.
For the future, just extrapolate that towards people too.
Yes, I'm aware that I fucked up. I own that.
No. Don't phrase it like that. As you claimed, you don't have the experience, you don't have the background, you don't have the training. That's why I'm bringing it up. Placing blame doesn't help.
I tell that to Galahad. Anyway, I've identified.
If I ever meet him, I might have that conversation.
If you ever meet him, you might not get a word in edgewise. Anyway, I understand that it was a mistake. I will try my damnedest not to make it again, because I do feel a bit foolish for not looking into that a little bit more scrupulously.
I saw the look on your face when I was asking the questions.
Yeah. Now beware children that claim to be hunting and don't carry hunting implements, I suppose.
There's a multitude of ways to nitpick about that. I'm not going to do that. Just open your eyes a little more.
Yeah, will do.
Thank you. All right. Seriously? You told Cirrus that?
Well, she fucked with my vehicle. I wanted to mess with her.
Points for effort, but not much for imagination.
Well, I mean, it's right there. Might as well go with the obvious one. She looked disappointed. That was the ultimate end goal.
Well, considering how she was wistfully looking back at the forest.
That's great.
So I'll just be thankful that we're away from the Mournland. At least a little further.
Yeah, I can't say how Fennec's going to take it. He's been looking a little bit down in the dumps since we've been moving further and further away.
Clamthorn.
I don't know if you noticed, but when we were over near, what was it, Arldusk, was it, or Angorkeep, whichever area we were closest to when we were, like, nearest to the Mournland. Fennec was looking a little bit more energized, a little bit more excitable. He's been quiet since we've been moving further away from it.
Noted. But that's a conversation for later.
Oh, also, he lost that we dealt with those hags. He dropped that, I don't know what it was. I wasn't able to identify it, but we don't have it anymore. So if you thought it might be something worth something, it's gone now.
If it's from the hag, it's probably best gone.
Good point.
Well, that said, going to enjoy the view for a while, and every day that passes, kind of regretting not trying to charter an airship for this.
Yeah.
I know it was in the group at the time, but didn't you all crash an airship?
Sarah's piloted a coach, an air coach. So that resolved itself is a different story. She should probably be the one to tell you. Also, not slighting you, Captain. You've been top-notch with commanding your vessel.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that at least.
It's not your fault that we're encountering heinous things.
No, it is not. That's why most would prefer the lightning rail, despite the cost. Or traveling by land more inland.
No, at least you got a couple of stories for home.
That I do. Those demonic-looking things was probably the top-notch story.
Yeah, at this point, the spell clouds were less interesting.
Indeed. You wiped the floor with them.
All the some things. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, and Levitt's gonna go and just do maintenance on his equipment.
Is there anybody else who would like to do anything before we just jump into dusk?
Ceres, once she awakens from her reverie, is gonna take some time and actually look at the Draconic Prophecy Scroll and see if she can start like making any kind of heads or tails of it. Like figure out like what's the big deal about these things? What do they do? What do they say?
Give me an intelligence-based check.
Just a straight intelligence?
You can attempt to argue a skill.
Well, right now she's just looking through them to see if there's like anything she can like latch onto as like a starting point.
Also,
Perception. Just kind of glancing over. So intelligence plus my proficiency.
I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing a keyword search.
Yep.
Basically.
As an aside, I hate to be the one to try to be like, are we here for this? But is she doing this in the open?
No.
This is the thing that just making.
No, she's being very safe. She doesn't want the party to know she's doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like we are all under the impression that this was exchanged, aren't we?
Technically, no.
What is our understanding of what happened to this thing?
Oh no, Ceres informed Levin.
I don't think anybody directly asked.
Yeah.
So your character has their own inferences that they've drawn. She just is not. She went to meet them. But
All
what happened?
all I know is what we were told about it. So whatever the context of that was, however many sessions ago, that is what Gearfreak has been running on for right now. So I don't remember if we were told that we were stealing it and then giving it to somebody to take care of or what, but
She did tell you that we were going to replace some item.
You can make inferences. Yeah.
You got paid very well. Unless she took the money too.
No. She wouldn't have been able to. One of the reasons she convinced the party to help her was the money.
So, yeah. All conclusions drawn.
I rolled a 17.
You are able to recognize a glyph that looks somewhat familiar from a very obscure book once upon a time. And you recognize it as fire.
What? She will, starting from there, she will start to, figure out, she's not necessarily trying to, decode the thing or infer the grand meaning. But like I said, she's looking for first a word, and then she's going to try to just literally start to try and read through it so that you can at least, just take in the direct text. Figure out what. I just have I went in that.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, getting better. Can I give myself guide?
Yes, you can. I mean, the only person you're going to alert is members of the party, so.
Yep. No. Actually, no, I'm going to burn an inspiration.
what's all this guidance I'm hearing?
Fuck you. Yep, there we go.
Okay.
I can't help but feel these low rolls are partially my fault.
I think these are the fun rolls.
You feel that there's something special about this scroll, but you're not able to feel any real magic aura radiating from it. Not at least that you're able to notice.
Yep, after, about 45 minutes of that, she'll just pack it all up and put it back in her bag.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
The last thing Sarah said, planned.
As the sun begins to set, the sound of screams begin to fill the air.
God damn it. I hate this place.
Ceres, we were informed that the attack happened over here.
Doesn't mean I like screams. How am I supposed to rest with this?
Smell of fires filling the air as thick fumed smoke is billowing outward. Even along the where the boat is going to be docking, you see this thick mist coating the floor.
Now look at the cabin. You can't seriously be thinking we're gonna camp near that.
We can continue on in the night.
I mean, you tell me as captain, which seems like the lesser risk? If she just kind of gestures to the fire and the screams, or the rest of the river in the dark.
Captain, what's your assessment now that the river is opening up?
We can continue forward. We can continue forward a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe not so close to. She just gestures to the half. All that. Strange suspicion we'll find an army of undead. We were to go closer.
Keep pressing forward, and as you are passing by, you are able to see several undead members. Everybody give me a perception check. Yeah. Cyrus, you specifically would notice an individual in the center.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. 11 as well. Sorry. I didn't see the 25. I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's okay that Sarah sees this.
11 and Cyrus, you would notice that in the center of the town, there's an individual who is standing, their head pressed against another's neck as a scream rips out.
Oh. That is. Does this look like, vampire getting this Capri Sun out of the day?
It could look like that. That would be an inference.
Just looks at that side-eye 11. Do they want to leave moving water?
Cyrus, we've traveled long enough. You already know my position on this.
Yeah. Float on? Float on. Float out. Goodbye, Dune Village.
I can't see anything. What are you all saying?
I see.
And Levin's going to point specifically towards the center of the chaos. And you do notice the smoke.
Yes, but I'm.
And screaming.
Yes. Do you see anything other? I don't see a single person yet. And Gearfried says,
To put a word to it, there's feasting.
Yes. And not the good cannibal kind.
wait, what? Okay, hold on.
Something is eating something else, and they're both standing.
Cyrus will try to point it out to Gearfried, look right there, the end of my fingertip.
When it's pointed out, Gearfried, you would notice what they're trying to express.
Oh, holy human hells! What the? That is horrifying. How far away are they?
Captain, do you have a spyglass of any type?
Sure. Here you go. And he's going to hand his spyglass.
He's going to hand it over to Gearfried, the other one with the interest in biology.
Gearfried's going to look. Can I get a closer look at what they're pointing out?
With the spyglass, definitely. And that would be
like.
Yep. No, go ahead.
I would say, does this look like a zombie eating a person, a vampire eating a person, a perhaps person eating a person eating a person? Yeah.
Do you notice trickles of blood evident? But person's head is kind of in the way, so all you have is really just the blood to go on.
So wait, does it look like a gaping wound that's bleeding out, or just a little bit of blood coming from where this guy's biting down?
A trickle implies a small amount.
Yeah.
ultimately, you can assume if it's a vampire, this person's being drained as you speak.
Oh, that I'm not the best when it comes to the undead, but I'm pretty sure that's a vampire.
Yep.
Do we want to stop the vampire?
No. I mean,
Will it come after? I don't know if the myths are true. Can they or can they not cross bodies of water?
I want to stop it from coming after us. I'm going to take every chance I can.
Okay, Gifford specifically. Moving water is difficult for them, but not impossible for them.
See, I also making here by gliding up this buffet right on shore there.
Also, they can fly or they can only. Or wait, can they jump? Can't remember.
They can do a lot.
They can probably, yes. If it's bad to us, assume yes.
But I don't. He's gonna point over at Fennec. We have a go bag there, and we have a large. And he's gonna point to Zarya. Large bag there.
I mean,
Let's not give them the meal.
All right.
here,
Must not
the
be climbing.
place, maybe.
Well, Cirrus, you've already said it's not difficult getting out of Zarya's grasp.
I wish you would hold on to it. Anyhow,
Personal experience, Fennec is easy to catch.
also true.
Well, if we're not going after it, then Gearfried's going to begin casting alarm on the edge of the ship. He's just going to begin to ritual cast basically the entire perimeter of the the ship's railing. If anything breaches this area, I am going to know about it.
Gifford. It's okay to get your practice in, but I think we're going to have a set of eyes ready.
What's the? We're not going near this village. Touching this.
Ultimately, this is what you're looking at as you're passing by.
Oh.
For picture-wise, it is right on the coast.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. Carnathy skeleton. Zombie. Bam.
That's a tune of death.
So, DM, being a Karnath native myself, do these skeletons are they decked out in the official
Soldiering armor.
Yeah, are these
Them. 4 of them.
are these undead soldiers of the crown, or are these just some undead assholes that some other asshole reanimated?
4 of them are.
Side eyes. Gearfried.
That's unnerving.
And yet not entirely unexpected.
Now, why is Karnath making plays over here right now? I know tensions aren't the greatest, but
That's the question I've been asking since Nusira.
Well, Captain, I suggest we float on for at least 2 more hours.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And hopefully that's far enough that we don't turn into little juice.
Levin's going to grab the spyglass from Gearfried and hand it back to the captain.
And with that, you would be able to continue traveling for another 2 hours before you make Peng. It is a rough landing. And after all is said and done, after everything is as you unpack what you need to, he is going to have to cast mending on something that he had damaged when he ran aground. Ish.
I mean, I have that. I might be able to help out.
Yeah, please.
Actually, before he brought us ashore, I was like, do we have to land, like big landfall? Had we anchor in the middle of the river?
I'm not a big fan of being close to the Mistlands. Try to stay as far away as I can, and land is always good because as my ship, if my boat breaks, at least I won't lose all of my stuff. They'll be right here on the coast. Real practical.
Just glances in the direction of the burning village. Yeah. So much safer.
Great.
I vote we still sleep on the boat, though.
Agreed.
I agree as well.
Perfectly fine with me. Be much easier to leave in the morning. Thornhold will be our last stop before we make it to Garnath.
Captain, question. If we're docking over by Thronehold, are we setting off? Are we stepping off? Do we even have permission to?
We're going to hope that nobody's specifically there. Or they don't mind too much.
Thronehold's a fairly busy area.
Hell, just. I've done this before.
Following your lead.
None of you are wanted criminals, yes?
Let's cast an eye towards the rest of the group.
No?
No active bounties that I'm aware of.
Then we have no worries. As far as we know, there is still Pete. So, till that break.
Yes. They want to look at the different river systems we travel under. I think business for here at going to dry up soon.
No, let's hope that whatever is behind us is behind us. And you are going to see for the first time he has a weapon. Clear and present.
What is he using? What?
Dagger.
Cyrus is hoping for something more substantial. He accepts it.
8 is what he's got. With that, what would you guys like to do?
Being on a boat, there's not much that Levin can do here, outside of just maintaining vigilant watch.
Same. Cyrus will take the first 2 shifts.
Levin will take the second and third shift.
Earfried will take the first shift with Ceres.
Alrighty. So, with that, on first watch, we have Ceres and Gearfried. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Cyrus is just glaring at it. Really? Tall, muscular woman just strolled in, walked away.
Ceres, you sound annoyed.
Do I? No. Must annoy.
Earfried's gonna smile.
I'll remember this.
Ceres, you're the one who started things when you messed with Carpe Diem. It can't be bad. I gave you a little bit back of what you were given.
Maybe you don't understand how this works. I dish it out, you take it. That's the equation.
I think you don't understand the fact that people have their own agency and will retaliate when provoked.
You know, another reason I love Sean. Most people aren't around when to try and do things again. Normally, you leave a couple feral muskrat in a rich noble's home, and then you leave and you laugh when, Greening dog.
Ceres, I don't know how much you've been paying attention to, but I'm the youngest of 3. I have 2 older brothers. And if there's anything you learn from being the youngest of 3 boys, it's how to escalate a prank war.
Oh. Okay. Yes. I wouldn't know, as my parents were killed in front of me in the night when I'm.
That sounds like a personal issue.
There's that.
Makes you feel any better. I don't know who my biological parents are.
It doesn't. But I'm glad you have wonderful, warm family memory.
Helps me sleep at night. Have you seen anything? I am not seeing anything right now. I feel like we're completely fine.
There's not much out there right now. Oh, wait. The combat team's drive crystal. Just sitting there in the middle of the field.
Ceres, you're not going to fool me with that. That thing is locked in there.
As you are finishing that sentence, you hear a cracking of a branch. As you squint looking off into the distance, you see 3 figures heading your way.
Ceres pulls out her crossbow and throws a pebble at Levin.
In pretty much
The helmet comes on.
a blitz of motion, he's going to get out of his bedroll and already level his crossbow.
And with that, I'm going to have you roll initiative.
Cool. Ellie.
I am just rolling shit on everything today.
Magical.
Once, I think I get to go first.
And sex.
And second. Sarah, did you roll?
I did.
Like that.
Ante. Roll
Register. Just get all updated now.
the 10.
I mean, compared to others, 10's not bad.
So the last couple of rolls I've made have been 7, 4, 4, 9.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't roll initiative.
Sorry.
Sorry, 1 second. Did I?
I think you rolled it as a perception check.
Oh yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, that
No,
wait, no, that was our perception checks for the see.
yeah, I'm clicking on the initiative button, and then I just click on normal. Public roll.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know. I did it twice before, and nothing happened.
I rolled a nat 1 on initiatives.
Real quick, we were rested, right?
I mean, we were rested for the day.
No, well, that's more of a mechanics question that I'm asking the DM.
Unless you purposely expended spell slots throughout the day, yeah, you're fine.
All right, then I'll just log in the rest.
Okay. The Carnathi soldier is going to take out its longbow. And let's see how far away. I guess I'll check that.
But we're all within range if it's approached from where it was. It didn't even have to approach.
Yeah, for a longbow, we are definitely within range.
Yep. And it's going to attack Gearfried. Actually, it's going to attack each of you and makes 3 attacks.
Oh, that's grand.
No pressure.
Don't worry. Make him regret it.
All right, so first is to Gearfried, 18 to hit.
18 actually misses because I'm wearing my protective armor right now. My AC is currently 19.
Gotcha. Next to Levin.
All right.
They bring it.
Meter beat 16.
That is certainly going to miss. And last, to Ceres. I rolled 9 for that one. Terrible. 22 to hit.
Oh, you miss.
It came.
Paris has a 30 armor class.
Sure. Just in case you're being less than honest, it's 7 points.
Theris doesn't have a dragon mark. She's an actual dragon.
It's just 7 points of damage. It's okay.
That's great.
Then, all right. That's the end of that turn. And Cyrus, it is now your turn.
1 second. Well, I subtract this. Nope, doesn't let me do that. Okay. What's 63 minus? No, I know this. Never mind. I could do that.
Otherwise, you just type in like minus 16 and it should work.
Yeah.
But it is now your turn.
I see that. I just like it.
You dislike that it's your turn, or do you dislike that you were done damage?
Yeah, she's gonna rush for cover in these shrubs. And then I'm going to smash her. No, that won't work. You know what? I'm just gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Good choice.
I have a number of spell slot free uses of that spell. That will be my turn.
Alrighty. It is now my turn. She is going to use her action to dash.
You have to start the pull for the measure from the token.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Alright, so that is as far as she can get. Levin, it is now your turn.
Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Lemon's gonna move up and targeting the vampire spawn. Yeah, let's start things off. Hand crossbow shots. Point blank range.
Gonna cast the slowest disintegration spell ever.
Well, we'll see how things go. Not gonna make these sharpshooter shots.
See. Like that.
Yep. Okay. 17 hit.
That hits.
All right. I'm gonna attach a Battlemaster shot on this.
Alrighty. Where is it?
Had you pulled up before? Sorry. I'm gonna make this a trip attack.
Okay.
So strength save of 16 if the target is large or smaller.
That's going to be a fail.
All right. This will knock it prone then.
Alrighty. It is now prone.
So 15 points of magical piercing damage.
Good damage. Good damage. No, there's more to come, but good damage. Damage.
Okay. And the rest of these are going to be at advantage because I'm within 5 feet and he's prone.
Yep.
So these will be sharpshooter shots. 23 to hit.
Yep.
And I'll attach sneak attack to this for 22 points of magical pierce.
Neat.
And Gloomstalker third attack. Sharpshooter again. 414.
That is just going to miss.
Alrighty. Action search. And let's do the time warp again. Natural 20. Okay, that's lovely.
Very nice.
Hits. Oh yeah, it's already logging it in. Okay. Nice. Wait, I was supposed to roll another d6. 1 second. So 24 points.
Fools. And that was damage, right?
Yep.
Good hit. Good hit.
Second attack for that action surge. 21 to hit.
That hits.
For 19 points.
Spikes of Stone are looking good.
And Gloomstalker third attack. Another natural 20. For 20 points of damage.
How do you do it?
Gearfried, you're watching this up close. Levin has been stumping on this fool. He is reloading this crossbow by grabbing whatever limb the vampire's pulling out with. He's using the vampire's own limbs to pull back the string on this as he's putting a bolt into the crossbow.
This feels like the scene in The Kingsman where Colin Farrell just unleashes in the church.
Pretty much.
Like Freebird's playing in the background, and you're just breaking each individual bone in this thing's body.
And for the final shot, bonus action, just one shot towards the Karnathi soldier that decided he wanted to make an attempt on him. Not sharpshooter.
Alrighty.
27 to hit.
That's going to hit.
And I'm going to attach a trip attack to this.
Okay.
So strength save 16.
He is prone.
So 16 points total.
Okay.
And that'll end this turn.
All right. This one, seeing you basically completely eviscerate its compatriot. Levin, it's taking 3 shots to you.
I'd be insulted if it did.
First attack. 15 to miss. Second attack. Yep. Ooh, 22 to hit.
That hits.
Dealing 7 points of damage. Third attack is going to miss. Gearfried, you're up.
Excellent. Gearfried is going to go 5.
Pick up his jaw.
Yeah, Gearfried's going to be like, oh god. 10, 15. And I'm just going to cast a cheeky little spell called Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
And Gearfried's going to cast it so it hits both of these suckers.
Gearfried, it's Flash of Genius.
Boo. Okay, so Gearfried's casting Lightning Bolt. They gotta make a 16 dex save.
All right. One passed. Both passed.
Both passed?
Yes. 16 and a 19.
Alright, they each take 12 damage.
Alrighty.
And that was my action. Bonus action, Gearfried's going to raise his hand and Cogfried, strike! And Cogfried's going to go over here, and he
Sorry, just a quick point. For the guy that was prone, wouldn't you have made that?
Yes.
I'm double checking.
Let's see.
No disadvantage on the save.
Hey,
It just sounds like it would, though.
so
what? I'm not going to argue that one.
So Cogfried is he's gonna make his force strike, which is a ranged weapon attack, +4 to hit, range 30 feet, and it's 1d4. So let me just roll a d20 and add a 4 to it. 16 hit.
No, just misses.
Damn it.
We fought enough of these already. They got some armor.
Cogfried flies back up, and that's all Gearfried does for his turn.
Righty.
He's got to stand up now and use half his movement.
He is. But he's also going to be unloading at you, Gearfried.
Bring it, bitch.
Right? First attack of 3.
Yeah, the only one with armor.
Crit.
Oof.
16 points of damage. Second attack. 15 to miss. And third attack. 21 to hit.
All right, that hits.
Right. Statistically, I should hit at least once. Oops. Wrong die. There we go. Been rolling a ton of 7s for damage, man.
There we go.
Flat that.
You also need to apply the first instance of 16 damage, you said?
Should be taken care of now.
Yep.
Alrighty. That is the end of that one's turn. Sirs, you are invisible, and you are up.
She doesn't feel particularly compelled to join this fight. So yeah, she's gonna hang back and just stay invisible and watch to see things get weird.
Sure.
Yep, that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Levin, you are up.
Already.
Yeah, he's gonna force this hand on this one. Levin's gonna take his action and cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
I hope that it's yeah, right there, side.
Now, righty.
And he'll move within the cloud and bonus action hide.
There you go.
That'll end his turn.
All right, so this first one, not knowing that you had moved, is going to target Gearfried.
All right.
Because that's where the general direction he would be shooting is. So this would be it.
Yeah, since they can't see each other, it's a straight roll.
Oh, okay. Still would miss. Next, this is where my luck really starts to kick in. And a miss. Well, that's my turn. Gearfried, you're up.
Realized my mic was off. Okay. So, let me just double check the language on this one spell real quick, because I don't want to hurt nobody. Is it within 10 feet? It's about 20 feet? Within 5 feet? You move within 5 feet of a creature or object. Okay. So, Gearfried is going to... I don't know where Levin moved. I don't know if that would damage him.
You saw Levin move to the side behind you and then enter the cloud.
So Gearfried's going to go down right here 5 feet. Then bonus action, I'm gonna cast Asharladon's Stride. So I'm going to increase cast spell. So I increase my movement speed by 20 feet, and I'm going to make a mad dash from right here. Let me measure that out really quick. I'm going to make a mad dash from there to this guy, because 30. So my movement speed is currently 50. 5 feet, right? Don't check that.
Yeah, increase 20 feet.
So I'm going to blow by this dude over here because I can't see where he is, but I am going into the quickest route, which is a straight line. So that guy and this guy are both going to take a d6 of damage, fire damage. Or just 1 fucking damage. And as I'm rushing at this, whoa, now this is meant to be 39 damage.
Yep.
As I'm rushing towards this guy, my gauntlets are just lighting up. So kind of like very Superman, just like flying at this dude. I'm gonna punch him twice with my my magic fists.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Let's see if I can't.
And strike. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this on D&D Beyond because of the way artificers are weird. So, attack, unarmed strike, thunder gauntlets. The good ones, not the strength ones. That was for damage. I meant to roll for attack. So for attack, that is a 16 plus 8 is 24.
That will hit.
Okay, and for damage, 11 damage on the first hit.
Alrighty.
And the second hit is a 26.
That hits.
For 7 damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
That'll do it. Cogfrey on his turn will just fly in. His standing orders are to wait on Gearfried's orders and just avoid danger, so he'll just fly out of the fog cloud. That's it.
All right. It is now this one's turn. And it is going to move this way to get out of fog. And sorry, Gearfried, you're the only visible one. First of 3. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Hey, finally, now a 7. A 10 damage.
Okay.
Second attack. $21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 5 points of damage. And last attack, 16 to miss.
That'll miss.
All right, may apply those damages, and while I'm applying that damage, Ceres, it is your turn. So, Ceres, you are still invisible. What would you like to do?
Ceres, Mike.
Been talking this whole time.
Hate when that happens.
Yep. Anyhow, this big fog cloud in the middle of the field. Here fighting, screaming. Thought Cogfrey take a few hits. Assume everyone feeling all right. No one dead. That vampire. Maybe we should have helped that village. That vampire died like in 6 seconds. And looks like a pincushion. I'm invisible. I'm just gonna, just jaunt forward. Yeah, I'm gonna get over here. Just kind of watch. In case I need to, like, step in and help. But otherwise, I'm just gonna let this fight play out. So that'll be my turn.
Okay.
I do nothing. I got shot once. I don't want to repeat that feeling anymore.
That's fair. Levin, you're up.
Levin's going to move forward, still within the fog cloud. Okay, let's see how this rolls. He's going to make a first attack. They can't see me. So, let's make that a sharpshooter. 15, which I'm going to use a superiority die for precision attack.
Okay.
That'll just increase the 2-hit roll. So let's just roll that. So 19.
That hits.
Damage. Low. 16.
No. Righty.
Yeah. Second attack, he's going to replace that attack with a grapple attempt.
Okay.
So whether or not he's able to see me is There's my roll.
Okay. You were trying to do grapple, right?
Yeah.
Sick. There we go. You are unable to grapple. He just meets it.
All right, so 4. Bonus action.
My mic was off. Was that an ability check?
Yes.
Is Flash of Genius a reaction? It is a reaction. You can add 4 to that.
You can't see Levin.
Oh, I can't? Oh, never mind then.
You can give it to my Carnathian undead.
Nah, cool.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't use that to subtract. But nonetheless, Levin will move away and take bonus action to hide.
Alrighty.
And that'll end my turn.
It is this one's turn, and he's going to make 2 longsword attacks against... 3 longsword attacks against Gearfried. First is going to miss. Second is going to miss. Third, miss. That is the end of my turn. Gearfried, it is your turn.
Okay. So, Gearfried is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. Okay. And apply healing. Did I just damage myself?
Did you give it the wrong way?
I said apply healing. Apply healing. It's damaging me for some reason.
I think you were at 40, so...
And apply damage. For some reason, hitting apply damage.
Applies it as damage.
That was awkward. Then, yeah, that is So hold on. What am I at? I should be at 58. So apply damage to myself in the form of healing. What?
Yes.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, Gearfried raises his arm and he says, Cogfried, pull me back. And Cogfried is going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20. Cogfried is going to use the magic. He has a little thing on his tongue, or on his little mechanic tongue, and that is the imbued magic item that allows him to cast Vortex Warp 8 times a day. So Gearfried is willingly going to submit to Vortex Warp and teleport from his position right here to right about over here.
Okay.
Boing. Out of danger. And that's it for my turn.
All right, this one is going to shoot 3 arrows at Cogford.
No one can see it. Sarah's clutching her chest to pull your hand toward Cockfrey.
What is the AC for Cogfrey? Something I missed.
His natural AC is 13.
Okay, missed the first. Hit the second. It's going to be 8 points of damage for the first attack, or the second attack rather. And third attack hits. Damage. Ooh, 3 points of damage.
3?
Yep.
So 11 total. Cogfrey is still up.
Okay. That's the end of that one's turn. Ceres, you are up.
How is Gearfried looking? Health-wise?
He looks fine. He looks like he's taking some lifts, but he doesn't look terrible.
Okay. Well, she will still run up, and I will use a bonus action to heal him for 1d6 plus 4 plus 11. 1d6 plus 15 healing with a healer's kit. With my healer's feet, you're just going to feel like magical bandages staunching your wounds. You get 20 hit points back.
Solid. Careful, Sarah. I might actually think you care.
Was never here. It's just what? And that's my whole turn.
Alrighty. Lemon, you're up.
Alrighty. Yeah, Levin's gonna do the same maneuver. He's gonna move forward. He's not gonna attempt to grapple now. He's just gonna start offloading his shots into him.
That's fair. They're looking fairly wounded. Safe to say that hits.
Lowest possible roll I could get on that. Thank you, game. So, I'll just repeat those.
That was 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nasty
You want that one.
Snake Eyes.
28 to hit.
That hits.
For 10.
How do you do?
And yeah, it's basically, let's see, who'd be able to catch a Cogbreed? Sarah has to look through trees and slight clouds, so I don't know if she catches much of this, but you're just going to see at around neck height, just a bunch of bolts hit into this guy.
Great. Sounds great. So she's just like watching, like, huh.
Levin will move 10 feet forward out of the fog cloud, and bonus action, hit this guy, because screw him.
And with that last shot, you are out of combat.
I'm rolling it.
Oh, please do. I want to see how bad. Safe to say, he's dead, Jim. Ultimately, he had 4 hit points left. He got beat around.
How much did you heal before, Ceres? Oh, 20.
But Levin will drop the concentration on the fog cloud. Let's see.
With that, players are officially out of combat. And we are actually going to have to call it here for the evening. We're going to resume back next week with or next session from this point. Till then, have a wonderful weekend and say goodbye all.
Farewell.